Okay, so I want to do a review of this really gorgeous campsite we've been staying on in the Netherlands. It's called Camping de Lakens. That's D-E-L-A-K-E-N-S. So look it up on the internet and look at the website. Here is the reception. I'm starting here, but I'm going to go back to the main entrance. But I wanted to start here where it was relatively quiet, because trust me, at the main entrance it's almost a motorway and it's quite noisy. But here we are at the main reception. Listen, absolutely beautiful. It's so quiet here. I'm going to head to the main entrance now, but bear with me, it is noisy, but I want you to see what it's like to come onto the site. Okay, so it's not as noisy as I thought it would be, but here we are. Here is the entrance of De Lakens campsite, and as you can see here, you've got a really good road network. You've got a good dual carriageway with perfect roads. We came over via ferry from Harwich to the Hook of Holland, which was a good journey, wasn't it, Mrs. T?
Yeah, it was lovely.
Lovely. The roads from the Hook of Holland to here are all motorway and absolutely fabulous. And it took us about an hour and a half to get here. So that was really good. And as I said, the road networks are pretty amazing. Now I want you to see up there, you can see in the distance, there's some buildings. They are literally on the beach. So you are 200 meters here from the beach, and this beach is amazing. It goes on for miles and miles and miles, and it has the most gorgeous soft sand. It really does. It's an absolutely fabulous beach.
And every 100 metres there's a restaurant and a bar.
And every 100 meters there's a restaurant and a bar. Now the thing is, if you have mobility issues, this would be the best way for you to get to the beach, because you could drive up there, find one of the many car parking spaces and park, and then access the beach. You can access the beach from the campsite, but you do have to walk over the sand dunes to get there. So again, if you've got mobility issues, then it may not be wise to try and access the beach from the campsite. But let's go into the campsite and see what we can find. The one thing I can tell you about this campsite is it is nestled in amongst all the sand dunes. It's a national park, and it is absolutely glorious. It's not the cheapest campsite in the world, but it is one of the most glorious ones we have stayed on. All the pitches are within the sand dunes, and then you've got the sand dunes that are protecting you from the sea, and then you can walk over the sand dunes. Nearest access point to the beach is about 20 minutes from here. Over the dunes.
Yeah, over the dunes.
Yeah, and it really is beautiful. But we're going to head on into the site and we'll try and show you what De Lakens is all about. As you come up to the entrance, you'll see all the entrance signs here, Entree and Inchecken. Just follow these signs round to the reception, and then you'll be able to check in. Then again, as you come further into the campsite, there's plenty more signs telling you where to go. So as you come into the entrance here, off to the left, you've got motorhomes and caravans, and you've got long parking spaces there to park up as you go into reception, and then cars there off to the right. And then you park your caravan in your car or your motorhome or your car full of camping equipment, or your motorbike, whatever mode you've come in on, and then you walk into the reception building there and check in. And it's so easy, and they make it so easy, and they make you very welcome. Once you're checked in, you then go off and find your pitch. Now when we booked this, we chose our pitch and we paid a little extra for that facility of choosing the pitch, and we wanted to do that because we had friends joining us, and we wanted to make sure that we were all going to be together when they arrived. So if you're in that situation, do the same. But we're going to show you some nice pitches, and hopefully if you see a nice pitch that you would like to book, if you want to come here, you could possibly check to see if they're available when you make the booking. Coming around here, you've got information signs and details, and if I just show you there, you'll see a plan of the site. I'm not sure how clear that is on there. There's a lot of pictures here, but this site is set over a few acres in amongst all the sand dunes, as you'll see.
I think that's also on their website as well.
Yeah, check it out on the website because you'll be able to see the pitch numbers on the website. So we're going to make our way round now to the main entry barrier. Okay, so once you've checked in, you will be given a access key, and that access key allows you entry and exit from the site. And you pop your little access key underneath there, and then it will say welcome, and then it will let you in. Now bear in mind, this is set up for international cars, not English cars, so your passenger will have to put the access key under there, or if you're on your own, you're going to have to get out the car and walk around to do it. But that's the barriers, exit and entry barriers onto the site. Now another good thing, look at the road. This is all block paving. All the roads through the sand dunes are block paving.
Even the cycle path.
Even the cycle
Oh,
paths.
amazing.
You know, you've got miles and miles and miles of cycle paths that go through the national parks and the forests. They're all made of this block paving, and you can cycle for miles. We did 20 kilometres the other day, and we saw bison wild. We saw deer with all the antlers in the wild. It was absolutely amazing. And of course, you've got the odd little bar and cafe to stop off at on the way through, so it's really nice. But also it's worth knowing we've had a couple of days of really torrential rain here, and it doesn't affect mobility at all because the road is there. You do get big puddles in the torrential rain, but because you are in the sand dunes, you soon disappear. Within 10 minutes of the rain stopping, it just soaks away into the sand, so it's really good. Now, here's some of the types of accommodation you've got here. You can have camping here, you can have touring vans. We are here in a touring van, but you have other types of accommodation as well. There's beach lodges, Airstream retro tailors, laid back shacks, backpack shacks. Here are the beach lodges. They're a cross between a yurt and a caravan. You've got log burners in there, so if you want to turn up with a family and just unpack and go, that's one of the places you could do it in, and they really look quite nice. So
they're like those tents you used to have on
that's
MASH
right, yeah,
in the 70s,
in the 70s, yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I'm sure you can view them as well on their website, so well worth having a look at. Let's wander on into the site and see what else we can find. Okay, so here's some more accommodation. These are the laid back shacks. There you go. And they're a cross between a sort of yurt with tin on, a bit like a caravan, nestled in amongst the dunes, little canopies on the front there, and obviously they're like little apartments that you can rent. So, but if you're interested, as I said, check them out on the website and see what they charge, and look to see what offers are available. Let's move on. Now here is a name you will all recognise, Spar. You've got this really, really large Spar shop here, massive supermarket. I think it's really good. Mrs. T, what do you think? Has it got lots to offer?
It's got everything that you want in it. It's got everything from your milk through to your chicken. It's a proper big supermarket.
Yep.
You've got all sorts of meat, all sorts of cheeses, all sorts of tin goods, everything else. We worried at first whether or not it was going to be too expensive, but it wasn't too expensive at all. It's pretty
good, wasn't it?
Yeah, and you can also get some wonderful litre bottles of house white and rosé wine, which we've been drinking all week.
For about $4.95.
It's $4.95.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah.
And also, there's a fresh bakery in there.
Oh my God, yes.
And they do everything in there fresh in the mornings. You've got all that fresh croissants, you have the fresh chocolate croissants, everything else. Now what I'm showing you here...
Oh, I was just going to say, it's also got buckets and spades and
All right,
noodles
yeah, there you go.
and everything that you want to play with the kids with, or
Yeah.
tell them or send them off and play with. It's brilliant.
Now here is one of the children play areas. This is a fort, and it's got a really wonderful slide the other side there. It's got little tunnels that go underneath it and come out from one side or the other.
I know.
And one of those sort of ropes that you can slide along.
Whatever they're called.
And the other side is a bar, so if you want the kids to play on there in the evening, you can sit in the bar and have half a pint of shandy, and also the other side, which I will show you as well, is
If there's no kids there.
if there's is a restaurant. So we'll wander over there.
Quick one on that one on the
Yep.
spa shop though. There's
Yep.
also a big washing area there.
Oh
you know,
yes, laundrette.
That's
Yep,
the word.
big laundrette there if
Yeah,
you want
yeah.
to wash. So let's go on and see what we can find. Okay, here's the other side of the children's play area. As I said, this is one of many children's play areas. So you can look at that. The kids have hours and hours of fun there. Just over there behind it, you can hire bicycles. So if you want to hire a bike, that's the place to go. We bought our own and we've been on some amazing cycle rides through the dunes and the national park since we've been here. And there's the restaurant, a lovely restaurant, big, open plan, inside, outside terraces, air conditioned, and really good for family, aren't they?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Really good. And they do everything there from pizza to chicken to fish, everything you would expect in really an international restaurant. Very, very nice and well worth spending an evening there if you want a night off from cooking. Shall we move on?
Absolutely.
Let's go on and see what else we can find. Okay, as you go around the site, there are plenty of signs. So if you've been given a pitch to pitch up on for a holiday, then the signs will take you around the site and show you where the pitches are. So don't worry, take your time, follow the road, follow the signs, you will get there. And when you get there, I'm sure it will be absolutely glorious. And now we're starting to enter the actual camping and touring site. Look at that road again. It's block paving, good solid roads. You do not have to worry. They're stuck in any roads here, whatever the weather. You know, wide roads, plenty of passing spaces. So you'll find it really is good. And you'll start to see that you are now getting nestled in amongst all these sand dunes, and there are some lovely spots amongst these sand dunes. There's bigger spots where you can have big family groups, you can be on your own, you can be with friends, a small group, but perfect places to go. And I'll just show you these little ones here on the side. These are what they call the surf shacks. So guys that just turn up backpacking, just come and stay in one of these for a night, couple of nights, while they're down on the beach doing some surfing, obviously. Yeah, I think they've been full all week, and it looks as if, I don't know if I can show you, there's one there there's one there. It's just 2 single beds in there, a couple of towels, a shelf, and that's all you need. Lovely place to stay. And those go hand in hand with the surf school. So let's have a quick look at that. And here's the entrance to the surf school. Look. Daily surf lessons. So if you want to start to learn to surf, you can learn here. Or if you want to progress, then obviously book a lesson. And the good thing about this is you can rent surfboards, so you don't have to bring your surfboard with you. If you want one, you can rent it. And you can do that all here in the surf club. And look how amazing that place is. Absolutely divine. And we've seen them all there in the evenings, chatting away over a few cold beers. Looks
Yeah,
like
got the
heaven.
guitars out and everything.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
absolutely brilliant, absolutely fabulous. So there's a surf club if you want to get into surfing. Perhaps a good place to start teaching the kids. Let's move on. Just got to show you that. It's a sign for bikes. There are bikes everywhere. So bring your bikes if you can. But don't forget, if you can't bring them, you can always rent them. Everybody here, I think, has got a bike. It's great fun. Okay, look, here's one of the pitches you could pitch up on. Look, it's just sitting there, it's empty. You could put a small caravan in there, a big family tent. You're nestled there in amongst those dunes. What a perfect place to have a holiday. And there's another one behind it as well that's identical, and those two are 867 and 868. So if you want a little individual plot or pitch on your own in a dune, then 867 or 868 are pretty good ones to choose. You can still see we're in amongst all the sand dunes, and they do stand pretty high, so we are quite sheltered here from winds and the weather will be, as I said, we've had some torrential rain, haven't we?
It was torrential at times,
Absolutely
yes.
torrential, but it is quite idyllic, you know. You've got those sand dunes, you've got that blue sky, and this really is a lovely place. Nice and quiet, very idyllic at times. Can be a bit noisy at times.
It could be a bit fractious around about children's bedtimes and
Yeah,
feed times, about
yeah.
5 o'clock.
But on the whole, it is a lovely site. Let's see if we can pick out a few nice pitches just to give you some idea of what things that you could choose. This is quite a nice little cul-de-sac area. There's 9 pitches on there, all really, really good flat pitches. Again, sort of nestled there underneath the sand dunes. And you can see quite well spaced out as well. So they're pitches 812 through to 820. And most places along here as well, you'll find little water points, so you don't have to go far and look for water. And another good thing about the water is here, you can drink it straight from the tap, and you can taste how fresh it is because it's so soft, the water here. We just have been drinking gallons of it, haven't we? Especially today where it's been a really hot day. Now you can see there's some little inclines there where you can pitch tents slightly halfway up the sand dunes. They look some lovely little places to go. But again, just little places nestled around, some little individual spots. Oh, I don't know if you can hear that. There's a cricket going on in the background. There's 2 pitches there. One's obviously being used, one is still free. There's one round the corner and one up the hill there. And that pitch is 773 through to 776. Let's move on. So there we are. This is sort of a flat area of the site, but you can see and get that feel of how everybody is sort of nestled in amongst those sand dunes. Nice little single pitch here, which would be quite nice to go on to, and that's pitch number 754. So that's 754. Why do I feel as if I'm reading out raffle ticket numbers? But there you go, and over there is one of the toilet blocks. Now there's 3 or 4 really good sized toilet blocks dotted around with toilets and showers.
This one's got a sauna.
Yeah, this one's got a sauna, which is all free. Well, it's not free because you pay for it in your pitch fee, but you know, you get the gist of what I'm saying. Big washing up areas to wash all your pots and pans and your dishes.
I know it sounds a bit corny, but nice chemical toilet areas
Yes,
as well.
yeah,
You know?
it's
well
well, you
kept.
know, the Dutch do look after you, and the facilities here really are quite nice and really good. So let's see if we can take a look around. Okay, here's some of the gents' showers, so you get the gist of the idea. Very clean, well looked after, and many cubicles as well. So really are a good place to go. And then you have the washing up areas as well, which is just here, and lots of washing up areas. And then you've got the gents WCs as well. And I understand it's the same over on the ladies' side as well, Mrs. T, yeah? Perfect. Lots of open plan areas, cleaned regularly all day, and very nice. Very, very nice. I can't believe we're doing this. We're actually in the sauna, so...
What a bloody hot day as well.
What's this day? But, you know, there's plenty of changing facilities, showering facilities here. You've got the sauna in there as well. Yeah, and this is all included. You've even got a little area that you can lie up there in the sun. Word of warning, most of the people here are Dutch and Germans, so if you did come in here, I would quite expect that everybody would be walking around naked. But, you know, not that I'm prudish, because I'm not, but I really like this idea as well. Look, they've thought of everything. If you wear glasses, you can put your glasses on there before you go into the sauna. I mean, you really would be naked then, wouldn't you? Okay, let's get out of here, it's too hot. Okay, look, there's some really quirky little parts around the site. This is a section where you can park up and there's a trampoline and a sand pit, so they really keep the kids happy. There's Mrs. T on the trampoline.
So the kids are having a lovely time.
There you go. Look, you know, it's just something that's a little bit different. I think you share a trampoline and a sand pit between pitches, but to give you some idea.
It says not after, does that mean not after glasses of wine?
Yeah, it says don't do it if you've been drinking. Well, we haven't, and no adults, obviously. But as you're 5 foot tall. Look, this is pitch number 707. So if you want to pitch with a sand pit and the trampoline, go to 707. Let's have a look. There's another one, and there's quite a good sized pitch there as well. So you've got a sand pit and a trampoline this size.
706 as well.
So we've got 706 and 707. So there are a couple of good pitches if you've got some young kids and you feel that they would benefit for a trampoline and a sand pit during your stay here. There are lots of things for the kids to do, lots of play areas. I think if you've got kids that you allow to go off and explore, you wouldn't see them, would you?
No.
You would not see those kids at all, because this is that type of site where give them a couple of bikes and they'd be gone. They'd just come home to eat lunch, and you can just sit there outside your van and just chill and relax. Nice area here.
Yeah, I like that.
This is for 2 pitches, so if there's a couple of you turning up with a tent, a caravan or a motorhome, or a couple of big tents, pitches 702 and 703, they are good pitches, and you get picnic tables with them as well, so you can set that up and have some fantastic evening meals. So yep, there's some really good options there for some nice pitches. Another nice single little pitch there with a picnic table for you to use, just underneath the sand dune there and tucked away. $6.95. So that's ticket.
I'm just going to say on the red.
Yeah. Pitch 695. That's worth looking at. Another single little pitch there to use. Pitch number 692. Good size. You'd also get the table there and bench with it, and you're not that far either from the toilets. Now here's one of the toilet blocks that's dotted around, so you've got 3 or 4 ladies and 3 or 4 gentlemen's toilets, cleaned 2 or 3 times a day, absolutely immaculate, plenty of toilet roll. You've got sanitizer to clean toilet seats before you want to use them. You've got washing up facilities there as well. Lovely little spots dotted around the site that you can use at various places. Now this is a nice little section. These pitches have taps and almost like service pitches, but you've also got a hammock that comes with each pitch. Now, lying in a hammock in an evening just as the sun is setting over the top of those sand dunes is absolutely fabulous. Trust me, it's glorious. So let's just wander around there and see if we can see a couple of nice pitches with hammocks. There you go, lovely little pitch there. You've got the sand dunes nestled up there behind you. This one doesn't seem to have the water or the service pitch, but you've got 2 here, 685 and 684, and each of them have got a little hammock sitting there in the corner. And look, there you go, nestle in there and just have a gentle swing and a glass of wine while you're waiting for that sun to go down. Absolutely magical. Okay, there's another one of the children's play areas. You know, big slides, big climbing, lots of fun. And I don't know if you can see over the back there as well, but you've got little water jets dotted around. You've got one on the top of that seat and one at the bottom there, and they just sit there and play there for hours, getting absolutely soaked, which is brilliant in this heat weather, in this hot weather. And they have a whale of a time, absolutely fabulous. And there's lots of these little places dotted around the site that you'll find the kids playing on, and they really do have a good time. Right then, and here we are back at the tin tent. and we're literally going to wind up the awning now, hook up the car, have a shower, and then head our way back to the Hook of Holland for our overnight ferry, aren't we?
We are.
We are. Would I recommend the site? Yes, I bloody well would, because it is a gorgeous site. Would we come back again? Yes, we will, but not possibly for a year or so. It was expensive. You're talking nearly 50 quid a night, and that's height of the season.
Yes.
You know, here we are, this is August bank holiday. So yeah, you're talking a very, very big site, but you don't feel as if you're on a big site.
No.
And of course, lots of places to sit and nestle under the dunes, in the trees, in the shade. We're hitting 30 degrees here today, and well, it's absolutely fabulous. Look, if you've enjoyed the video, and I hope you have, please give us a thumbs up. We would really, really appreciate it. And please hit that red button and subscribe. The more you subscribe, the more of these types of reviews we can bring you. We really appreciate you watching, don't we, Mrs. T?
Yes, and goodbye the Netherlands. Thank you very much for having us.
Yep, there you go. And yeah, thanks for watching. Appreciate you joining us again, and bye for now.